God got me through a lot of these battles. Now I'm on my pivot. You can't stop me now, I got hustler ambitions. Been on the start now and God gonna be my witness. I can't let up now, I'm almost at the finish.
Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. Hi. It's been a minute, as always, but I'm getting better. God will release you when it's time. Now, that's all I have so far is the title. And I'm just praying that God will lead me as I continue to speak and talk to you guys that are watching. Now, so I am in a season where he's currently releasing me out. And when he gave me that one vision about a year ago from now, about a year or 2 years ago from now, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to come into fruition. And what I want to tell other people who are also in their journey with God and they're struggling to kind of find that, step, like, what do I do next? Or when is it going to happen? When am I going to see, the fruits of my labor and etc. I just want to encourage others to know God will release you when it's time. Look, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. Time was created by God, and everything works in his divine timing, okay? So don't feel like you're being rushed, or don't feel like you're not doing enough, because you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. And even if he's called you into a rest, take that rest, because I promise you he's gonna make it to where you're stagnant because you're not resting. And then he'll also give you that feeling of like, okay, it's time to go, it's time to move, it's time to do. All those ideas you have for a reason. Sometimes he's, still preparing things in the background, like preparing an audience for you, or preparing that one friend, or that one co-worker, or that one business partner that's gonna help you along the way, that's gonna help open doors for you, okay? So I had just made this video, and I'll probably end up editing it so that it's all one video. But I was talking about God releasing you in his perfect timing or whatever. And after I finished the video and I clicked in, I'm just in the presence of God, and I'm just learning about what I had already learned, right? Because not everybody is me. Not everybody is going to journal. Not everybody does things like that. People could, learn more about God through music or singing, or, however you do it. But for me, I personally like to journal. I like to talk to him. And that's just for me. And I didn't realize that a year ago. A year ago, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited I'm making this personal development journal. And didn't realize that it was for me. Personal development journal for me. And the lessons that I learn isn't going to be like how you guys learn it. Everybody has their own journey and their own experience, and they can only tell their story, Anyways, so the story in St. Luke chapter 5 is Jesus meets Simon, and he preaches and teaches God's word from a boat. And in verse 4, Jesus had commanded him to let their nets down to catch fish, right? But I guess Simon was he was discouraged because he's been trying to catch fish and he hasn't been catching no fish. In verse 5, my notes say Simon was questioning a little in mind because he's been trying to catch fish but hasn't been able to, right? So in verse 6, they had caught a multitude of fish, more than needed, so much that the net broke. And just reading that revelation on its own before I get to the actual revelation, it's just so surreal to me, because it's like there's something that you've been doing. And remember, this is tying into he'll release you when he's ready. When you're ready, he will release you, and there's nothing you're doing wrong. You're exactly where you're supposed to be in life. But it's just all up to God's divine timing. There's something you've been doing. I feel like I'm talking to somebody, like, And I might even just be talking to me, but like, whatever. There's something that you have been doing, something that you've been seeking some revelation for, something that you've been, trying your hardest to have a breakthrough, right? And it's just not working. Like, it's just nothing you're doing when it comes to that is working. And it could be a business. For some reason, I feel like it's a business. Like, it just, something you're trying to do, something you're trying to accomplish is just not working. And not only is it not working, but it's been getting attacked to where you just feel like you should just give up. Like, it's not, but it's your passion. Like, it's something that you feel called to do, but at the same time, you're not really sure because it's like, it's not working. Like, surely if this is something that I'm supposed to do, it's supposed to be easy, but no. That's actually the opposite. Surely something that you are being called to do isn't going to be easy. Sure, like the thought and the idea and the vision and everything planned out, that's God's plan for you. Yes, that's going to be the easy thing, the vision, right? But the step-by-step process, the actually putting forth the action and actually trying to see it manifest into the physical realm, it's not as easy as you thought. People are attacking you, people are questioning you, people are doubting you, people are talking about you. There might be you might be going through financial strongholds or something, and just things aren't working, and you're really trying to see this out and see it through, and it's just not happening. And then all of a sudden, maybe not yet, but all of a sudden you hear a still voice, and it's God, and he's telling you, try again. And you're like, well, no, God, because I've already tried, and I'm tired of getting embarrassed. I'm tired of, it not working out. Like, but he's like, try again. This time it'll be different. This time I have prepared your heart. I've prepared your heart for the worst. I've prepared people around you to help you out. I've prepared the atmosphere. I've prepared your way, where you're going. I prepared your customers. I prepared everything. I prepared the finances for you to pay for it. I prepared it all, okay? And it's just, that's what it made me think of. And so my revelation that I wrote is, when God tells you to do something, plan for something, pray for something, and trust him, do it. God has his own appointed timing. Just because it doesn't look like it's getting done, continue to have faith. He always has a way. God is always working behind the scenes. He keeps his promises. And if he spoke something, it will come to pass. Okay? And I'm just going to end that video just like that, because I told you guys when I started the video, he gave me a title and I didn't know what I was going to say. But because I had faith and I was being obedient to him and I trusted him, he found a word for me. And if it's not for anybody else watching this video, I definitely know it's for me. And I just want to encourage everybody to continue to have faith, even when it looks like it's not working, even when it looks like you want to give up. You've been doing this thing for a year, maybe 2, maybe 3 years, couple months, however long, and you just don't see anything working. You're trying to be consistent, but you're still falling short. So you think that he's just removed the promise from you. You think that he's just like, oh, okay, like, no, I'm not going to give it to her anymore. I'm not going to give it to him anymore because he's falling short, or because he's not doing right in my eyes. No, that is a lie from the enemy. I promise you, God already knew exactly what you were going to do before you did it. When God promised you that vision, when God promised you that plan, when God promised you whatever it is that he promised you, he knew that you were going to have problems. He knew that you were going to fall short. He knew that you were going to doubt, but that's the point. He did that all so that all the glory could be to him, for when he's a promise keeper. He doesn't lie. He did that for a reason. He's strategic in everything that he does. So I just want to end with that. Good luck to everybody, and God bless, okay?
Let's see, have a little patience.